on the distant exotic continent of Europe, somewhere, is the land of Croatia, known mostly for friendly people, inbred spotted dogs, and the filming location of Game of Thrones seasons 2 through 8. Why not season 1? Well, that was done in Malta, and they apparently didn't give the same tax breaks as Croatia, so they lose. Now, most exterior shots that occur in King's Landing or Qarth were filmed in Dubrovnik, Croatia. CGI was then used to remove or add buildings to give the city a unique feel. Now, the geography of King's Landing and Qarth in the show doesn't make any sense, but here's where many of those scenes were filmed in Dubrovnik. As a point of reference, this is Pila Gate, the main entrance to the Old City. And this is the Dubrovnik West Pier, which is perhaps best known for being the location where Littlefinger and Sansa discuss her potential escape in Season 3 while overlooking Blackwater Bay. Theoretically, if you're super dorky, you can take your home movie, add a filter, and recreate the scene. Right next to the pier are some homes in the side of a cliff. The home of one of Robert's bastards who was murdered in Season 2. Close by to the pier is this small landing here, now used mostly to rent kayaks. This is famous for being the location for Myrcella leaving for Dorne in Season 2 and her body's return in Season 6.
Myrcella! Rosamund!
Now over here is the Bokar Fortress. Now this is actually close to the public, and these photos are the closest I could get to it. The interior of the fortress was used as the interior of the House of the Undying in Season 2, and also in Season 2 the roof was used for a scene between Tyrion and Varys when preparing for battle against Stannis. You can note the Red Keep in the background.
Here we are at the Red Keep, and as you can see, Season 8 has been finished filming and the Red Keep was destroyed, so it's gone.
Now let's go back up to the Pila Gate, the entrance to the Old City.
Now it should be noted that no scenes from Bravos were actually filmed here in Dubrovnik, and there might be a reason. Citrus.
Now it's on the inside of the Pila Gate that several scenes were shot, including Jaime Lannister's return to King's Landing in Season 3, and the riot of King's Landing in Season 2 that was filmed in this courtyard. As it turns out, Joffrey's entourage covers very little ground. Now this tower up here is the Minsetta Tower. It was used for exterior shots for the House of the Undying in Season 2. And if it's low season and there's not that many tourists around, a super nerdy person could do this.
Is this a riddle?
Khaleesi!
Now this picture I actually took from a place called Fort Lawrence, which is on the other side of the bay. Here's a shot from the old city looking west to Fort Lawrence, and you can see a CGI enhanced Fort Lawrence in the Myrcella coming and going scenes. Now a number of scenes were shot in this fort, the most famous perhaps being Joffrey's Name Day tournament from Season 2 on the upper levels. We can see that the background and the seven-pointed stars are CGI, and walls were added to remove these hand railings. The fort has a number of stone cannonball pyramids, which can be seen covered up in this scene with Dantos. The lower levels were used for a number of scenes, including Cersei and Littlefinger's Power is Power scene, and it's also the place that Joffrey's entourage fled to after the riot of King's Landing. Weirdly enough, in this scene Tyrion wonders where Sansa Stark is. Her scene was also filmed at Fort Lawrence's lower level, only about 20 feet from the Tyrion and Joffrey scene. Now to the west of Fort Lawrence, away from the old city, there's Graddock Park. This is where the Purple Wedding was filmed, and although walls were put up and there's quite a bit of CGI, there is a fountain in the middle of the wedding, which is this fountain. Without the CGI, it's a bit more humble. Now Graddock Park, Fort Lawrence, and the West Harbor are all to the west of the old city. Within the city walls, there are countless more sites, and here are just a few. Up in the northeast are the steps to the Dominican monastery. On these steps in Season 2, a protester called Tyrion a demon monkey. And a little further south is the Rector's Palace. This is where scenes between Daenerys and the Spice King and Qarth were filmed.
And we're here at the Rector's Palace here in Dubrovnik. This is where many of the scenes from Qarth are filmed, especially Daenerys meeting the Spice King. But as you can see, it's now closed since the death of the 13. Look inside. It's getting some work done, I guess, from the new owners.
On the south side of the city is the Jesuit Staircase. These stairs are so infamous that now even locals refer to the staircase as the Walk of Shame Stairs. Of course, in the show, the steps lead up to the Sept of Baelor.
We're here at the Jesuit Steps in Dubrovnik. Let's go see the Sept of Baelor. They blew it up. Damn them! Those maniacs!
So the Sept of Baelor is completely CGI, but at the top of the steps to the right is a Jesuit church, and to the left is this restaurant we ate at one night. So I guess I had dinner inside the Sept of Baelor. Now the Walk of Shame was the most expensive scene to film of Season 5, costing over $200,000. And one major reason was homeowners were paid to keep their windows and shutters closed, and businesses were paid to stay shut. All day long, tourists can be seen performing the Walk of Shame, and apparently last summer a Spanish woman even did it naked.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Now, the old city has lots of other things to do, like shopping and posing with your favorite characters. There's even an Iron Throne where one can pretend to be Rhaenyra or Maegor the Cruel. Now, to the south of the old city is Lockeroom Island. There is a Benedictine monastery on the island, which was the filming location of the party scene in Qarth, where Dany meets Pyat Pree. A number of golden peacocks can be seen in this scene. They are the apparent mascot of Qarth in the show, and this was inspired by the fact that Lockeroom Island is littered with peacocks. The island is also another location for the House of the Undying. Dany's journey to the house is actually a journey to Fort Royal, it being significantly shorter than the CGI-enhanced House of the Undying. Now, as I said, there's many more locations in Dubrovnik that were used as filming locations. But what else is there to do in the city? Well, we did check out the Dubrovnik escape room.
We're in the escape room here in Dubrovnik. Our mission is to find the wildfire for Tyrion so he can save King's Landing from Davos's and Stannis' invading force. There's a lot of puzzles around, and we'll see if we can do it. Can't film anymore because I don't want to give away the secrets.
A fun time was definitely had, and I even stumbled upon a bottle of Sweet Robin's favorite telepathic suppressant, Sweet Sleep. And that's about it for our time in Dubrovnik. But you never know, our adventures may continue in Iceland. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.